Hello, everyone. It's Betty again with Raphael, the Archangel, who's been my guide for quite a long time now. And this is a new adventure for me to be speaking to you on a video like this. I have had some interesting reactions to some of the things that we have said and been accused of being political because the facts about our president, when spoken about, are considered to be political. Instead, Raphael is trying to help you to discern the difference between fact and opinion. And as an English teacher of eighth grade students, that was the hardest thing I had to teach them, the difference between fact and opinion. And one young boy said, "Well, I hate school, and that's a fact." And I laughed because that's exactly the way I would say probably 80% of the population of the United States reacts. Their opinions about people are more important than their knowing the facts. As one of my friends that watched the video where we talked about Trump, she said, "How dare you talk about my beloved president?" And it was sad because she was blinded to all the things that are going on. She doesn't look at the facts. She looks for people that have the same opinion that she has, and that comforts her. So, those of you who are out there and really wanting the facts, you will find them. And that means that you've got to look at other channels besides Fox News, because the Fox News is not really a a channel for news. It's really misleading. They're more an opinion related station, and they will look for those so called facts that will support their opinions. And so Raphael wants to bring to you today the idea to know the difference between fact and opinion. And so let's begin with, how do you discern the difference? Now, again, those are two things that are misunderstood: discernment and judgment. Because when you make an opinion about something and it's based on emotions, that becomes judgment. But when you make the discernment about something based on facts, that becomes a conclusion that you have come to. Now, those people who are covering the news and are bringing forth the facts, not based on opinion or how they feel about the situation, but about the actual facts. That's real news. And you see, a lot of people that are political don't want to look at anything that might discern, well, they would judge is against their candidate. And so Raphael wants you to understand the difference between discernment and judgment. So when you find yourself being angry about what's in the news, you are going to be acting on judgment, not the facts. And it is really your responsibility to discern the difference between facts and opinions. So if there are X number of deaths because of the coronavirus, that is a fact. And if you are told by the president that you might want to try intravenous Roman cleanser, that's an opinion. That's not a fact. And that opinion was very dangerous because several people who believe wholeheartedly in this president will listen to that as a fact. And so, if those of you that are a little bit concerned that maybe it isn't a fact, are going to call your doctor and say, "What do you think about what the president said about, can you do an intravenous shot for me? Will that help me get rid of the virus?" And your doctor will say, "Oh, good Lord, no, don't even think about such a thing." There is no fact based in that. It was an idea off the top of Trump's head. And ideas off the top of Trump's head are not always based on facts. In fact, this is one of the problems that the people in the White House who are trying to help the president are trying to feed him facts, but he has a hard time actually simulating those kinds of things. And if it's something he doesn't want to hear, then he blows them off or fires them. And so they have to tread they're like walking on eggshells. And it's very depressing for them to see a president who does not want to hear what he does not want to hear. And therefore, you have to be careful. You have to be discerning in what you hear from his mouth. Now, does that make me political? My dear friends, no. It makes me concerned for a man who uses his power as a political person to persuade the country to believe what he says. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with the fear our country is not being led very well. And so we begin this channel to try and help you to understand, to begin to have discernment, to look for the facts, to go find the facts by going to other channels besides Fox News. You aren't going to find it there. You're just going to find more, should I say, opinions. They have opinions about everything. And I'm not being political when I say this, dear friends. I'm being concerned for the people that are being misled by these opinions that are more for their own selfish benefit. Unfortunately, big money is talking. Big money is talking. These people that want reelection, they're looking to the big money people to get their facts out there as well, their opinions, they want it shown as facts. And so they are being led and misled by big money. And so you really have to look at that behind it. You have to understand why an impeached president did not get anything from the Republican Senate to say, yes, this man has committed crimes against the country. And so they were more afraid of their losing that big money backing. And this is Raphael giving me this information. He's been my guide for a very long time. And so I know the minute I'm going to be talking to somebody who is all out for Trump is going to turn me off. You're not going to listen to me. And that's unfortunate because really, Raphael is here to help you to discern the difference between fact and opinion, to listen to your emotional barometer. If you get angry by what you hear I say, and if you turn me off in anger, then you need to examine your conscience and decide, are you really looking for the facts, or are you only wanting to hear what will go along with your beliefs and your opinions? And so we again come before you with joyful heart because over it all, under it all, God is within all of us, and all of us are doing the best we can. And so know that you are divinely loved, and no matter who you believe or what you believe or any of it, God has never judged you. And neither does Raphael. Raphael only tries to help you to make better decisions by having discernment, by asking you to look for the facts and not just make a judgment, but discern the difference between fact and opinion. And again, my young student who said, I hate school, and that's a fact, is an example of how some people will not look at it from this opinion. And this is, again, Raphael has been my guide for over 50 years now. And he is even talking to me about using tarot cards. And I don't feel that comfortable because I don't know it well enough. But here again, he has asked me to use the tarot cards as kind of a backup to what we are hearing. And so we're going to just do that right now. We're going to take out our tarot cards and we're going to shuffle the deck and we're going to ask. We're going to ask, does Donald Trump give us facts? Does Donald Trump give us facts? Does Donald Trump give us facts? So I'm asking Raphael to give me a backup to show the tarot cards if it's a yes or a no. And that means I'm not even going to do the large spread, which is a 10-card spread. Instead, I'm going to do just a 5-card spread. And okay, we are looking at 5 cards, and the outcome card is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is is a magical person, is a person who does not look at facts, but looks at all of their opinions. And so the outcome is that Raphael is giving us facts, but our president is not. And so here's the seeker. Now, Raphael's also told me that our president may not stay in office. He may leave office before the election. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. That's because this president is waiting for an out where he will have enough money to leave office and just go his own way. And so that's kind of the things that we are looking at. But here is the card that is showing opinions. And when you look at the Hierophant, you know that it is a person who is very spiritual and tries to follow the laws of God. On the other hand, if this person has an opinion and it is not the opinion of those who are in the know, in other words, it often does not look for facts. And so here's the first card, which is actually the question. And this is Donald Trump. He is trying to balance a yes or a no. Is he going to stay or is he going to leave? Because frankly, he's getting pretty tired of all the opposition that he's getting. He's not getting a chance to go in front of all of his beloved people who will rah-rah him on. And that's why he used the podium to talk about the state of affairs. That was his way of getting to his people. And even then, the people who were questioning him, he got fed up with them not understanding that he is in charge and you need to believe what he says. And so we've got a president that's really cornered now. He's in a corner and he doesn't quite know what to do. He can't get that accolades from his base. And because of that, he is trying to open the country too soon. And we do need to talk about that too, because Raphael has said that a new wave of the virus is on its way because people are ignoring safe distancing. They're ignoring using masks. They think it's over, and they're going to find that there's going to be another wave of it. Raphael has said that's going to happen, and it's going to happen in the summertime, which is going to make it really hard for all of the people. And granted, Raphael sees the suffering of all of you people. Raphael knows that the financial strain, that the food banks that are trying to help those who can't even afford food are really, really important for us to donate and to be there to be of service to others. This is our opportunity to show that we are really true spiritual people. You know, I didn't want to say Christians, even though I've been a Christian all my life. I didn't want to use that term because so many people misuse that term. And they want to use it as a power tool to convince people to their way of thinking. And I cannot do that. As a minister, a Christian minister, I studied world religions. And in that study, I came to understand that we all come to God in our own way. All pathways lead to God. There is no discrimination. There is no judgment. There are no opinions. There is only unconditional love from God. And so, no matter what your belief is, and I honor all beliefs, that you are here to express God through your ideas. Yes, even those who do not follow my particular belief that our president is not worthy of the office, but you are doing the best you can as well. And therefore, there is no judgment from God. There is only compassion and understanding. And call upon the angels. We ask you to do that, Raphael and I. We ask you to call upon the angels to be of service to you, to help you have discernment, to help you have the facts, so that you can make the best choices that you need to make. And so Raphael and I together wish you all the joy and peace and harmony within you. This is the time with this social distancing when most of us are staying at home. This is the time for you to make contact with the angels, to get their divine guidance, because that's what they're here for. They're here to help you discern the difference between fact and opinion. And with that, we will say to each of you, bless me. Make this the best day of your life. And do come back again. Do subscribe to our channel. We're just getting warmed up. We're just figuring out how to do this. And in my 85th year, I think it's absolutely amazing that Raphael would call upon me to do something so new and so strange. And here I am. I always listen to this archangel, even to moving furniture when I shouldn't be doing so. And so we say to each of you, rejoice and be glad. Raphael says this is the time of times when the raising of consciousness will be a wave across the world, where people will begin to discern the difference between fact and opinion. And you will hear more and more opinions. Be aware and be discerning and find out for yourself the facts. And God bless you in your search. We'll see you again next time.